What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you a quick recipe for one of our family favorites that uses a venison tenderloin and a crock pot. A really simple backstrap recipe that's really good. Very few ingredients. You put it in around lunch if it's thawed, and it's done by dinner time. All you need, of course, is venison tenderloin. So we got one here actually from last fall. It's been vacuum packed. I just cut that open. We're going to go ahead and take those out and put those over here on a plate. We got two nice sized pieces. Still a little cool and frozen in the middle, actually. That's all right. We can work with that in the crock pot. That's going to be all day. Okay. The other thing you're going to need is bacon. Pretty straightforward and simple. And then the other ingredients that you're going to need for that are brown sugar, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, and that's pretty much it. It's really simple how we put it together. So essentially, we're going to take strips of bacon and then wrap those actually around the tenderloin. Now, some people use toothpicks for that, which is fine. You can do it that way. I don't worry too much about that because I'll show you why. I just take the actual tenderloin and start the bacon on one end and then just kind of spiral it down. It uses a little bit more bacon that way, but there's a piece as an example. One, two pieces will probably get that part. We'll start another one on top here. Wrap underneath and around the tail end. Now you can stake this, of course, if you want with toothpicks, but since it's going in a crock pot, it's really not required. You just want it to be wrapped like this, and I'll show you a picture here in a minute. Same thing with the other tenderloin. And the back strap, this one's a lot more heavier piece. One. So generally about 6 pieces of bacon will do an average size venison backstrap. And again, that's being pretty conservative. There's 2. We'll put one more piece on there so this cooks down really good. Okay. That's pretty much it for the meat prep. We'll come right back and mix up the actual sauce that we put on those in a second, and I'll show you those in a minute. Okay, so now that we have the meat actually wrapped, bacon, again, some people like to take toothpicks, just like these, and kind of stake the bacon throughout. You can do that if you want. It's not required. What I find is it just is easy enough to wrap it all the way around so they're like this. Then you're going to take these and place them down inside the crock pot. And they should fill the bottom of your crock pot like this. Now, the only other thing you have left to do is add the sauce. So again, we take just regular soy sauce, and you want to coat everything really good. Probably going to take a little more than this that I have here, but we can add some more here in a second. It's just the last bit of that bottle. A little bit of teriyaki sauce is good too in there. And some Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit more teriyaki sauce. Okay, and then got a little bit away from me there. So it kind of looks like this down inside the pot. You can see it's not completely covered, but it will be as we spin it around and it starts to cook down. You don't have to have the whole thing submerged. And then the other thing that people like to do, which makes it really good, is to use a little bit of brown sugar. Probably using a tablespoon, maybe 4 or 5 tablespoons you can add in there. You can do it to taste, obviously. If you want it sweeter, you can add a little bit more. I'm probably gonna do about 4 just because I don't want it overly sweet. Maybe we'll do 4.5. Yeah, 4.5 tablespoons. And then the last thing that I do is I make sure I get some type of a knife or a poking device, and I try to poke holes throughout the meat so that the sauce and the juice as it cooks can actually penetrate the actual back straps. And then I turn the crock pot on high, cover it, and then about every hour take a spoon, ladle, and kind of flick some of the sauce on top of the meat, kind of spin it around. That'll cook down and be super tender in a little bit. I'll show you how we do that in just a little bit as well. Okay, so we've got this actually cooking pretty good here in the crock pot, which you can see here. And pretty much what I was saying is it's pretty simple. You're just gonna take your spoon here and pretty much cover these with sauce as you go. Maybe every 30 or 45 minutes as it starts to cook down, just to keep it all nice and marinated. Brown sugar kind of starts to get absorbed in the different seasoning or sauces we've added, and it'll start to thicken up just a little bit. And then when you're all said and done at the end of the day, this thing will be so tender you don't even have to cut it with a knife, and probably takes 4 hours. I'm not sure because I never know when it's done. We always let it cook a little bit longer, but I'll show you a few more pictures as we go. So here is about 4 hours later. Again, every half an hour to 45 minutes, I would go and just kind of rebase this. And this is what it turns out at the end of the day. Super tender, ready to be served, a family favorite. Bacon wrapped venison tenderloin.